Hello everybody and welcome to Mercury 80. I have been thinking about the differences between us and the Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the Gnu, the people, forest people, whatever you call them, whatever you want to call them. And I'm thinking about the differences between us and the similarities. So I think there are things we share, and I would say perhaps although it might be based on emotion, they have fabulous sense of humour. Fabulous. Their humour is amazing. So we share humour. Anger. I think they have anger, and I think that we have the same. We share anger. Probably sadness as well. We know we've experienced that with the feelings that Abaq's family had surrounding the departure or the transition of Abaq Senior, which was Abaq's grandfather. And then one that I don't know whether they do. We have fear. Do they have fear? And I'm wondering if their fear might be sort of close, akin to anger, or might materialise as anger. I don't know. It's something that maybe you have thoughts on. Intelligence. We think we have intelligence. We do have intelligence. We're pretty clever characters. You know, human race in general, fairly clever, although there are some examples you see on a daily basis and you think, oh my word. But they have super intelligence. I think they are super intelligent beings, far more intelligence than we give them credit for. I would also say differences. They are otherworldly. I don't think there's any doubt that once you start looking into this, there are more questions than answers. That you would have to take, or you do have to take, the woo, the high strangeness. You have to take that into account. They are otherworldly. They are. There's things that occur, and you've seen things where they show themselves on the videos in the way they want to present themselves from a distance. And you might see them come a face that's fairly close to the screen, but actually when I start analysing all the footage, it may start over here, very, very small, and then keep coming further. Different image, larger and larger. That's strange. It's just odd. We don't do that. We'd have to use a camera lens and all sorts of trickery to do that, and they do it, and it's translucent. But it's there, and you can only catch it if you can match the speed of your camera and the footage that you're taking with them, your frame rate. And they only show you that if they want you to see it. So there's that. They are otherworldly, most definitely. Do they connect with things outside of this planet? What proof have we got? Absolutely none. We've no idea. But I firmly believe they do. And I think that you cannot discount things that we consider to be UFOs and all of this stuff. I wonder. I really wonder if there is a connection with the people here. So they're just things I thought connected with. We have in similarity, and a huge difference is the otherworldliness of them. And something that humans might excel at that we don't see that they appear to, and that's, in most basic terms, would be tools. We create tools, technology, machinery. We're tech-minded. We're very tech-minded. And whether that is the tech of creating a millstone to make your grain into flour, or whether it's the tech of a chip in a phone, or the tech of whatever the latest gadget is going to be, Wi-Fi and things like that. So I was thinking about other ancient civilizations. The Chinese, for example, ancient Chinese, they created a compass, invented gunpowder, paper making, painting and medicines. Very, very advanced, very, very clever peoples. What about the Mayans, the ancient Mayan people? This math 20 system they had, we are on a math decimal, a 10 system if you like, a math 20 system. They created hydraulic waterways long before people even thought about that, and canals, a calendar of sort, and a type of script, which is still in existence today. And then we move to the ancient Egyptians, who I think are the most interesting of all these people. They created really true math, geometry, metallurgy, astronomy, medicines, plough. These are their inventions. But one of the figures that shows itself, and I think this is quite an interesting question mark within ancient Egyptian. Look at all the papyrus, and if you've ever had the good luck to be in one of their old temples with the paintings on, or one of the pyramids, wherever you've been in ancient Egypt, along the Aswan or whatever, you'll have seen a figure, Anubis, who was like a god of death, an embalming. And this is the figure that is the man's body with the dog's head. And he appears elsewhere in the world, doesn't he? Just thought I'd bring that one up. So let's turn the telescope around. Let's look at it from the other side. Let's see how Bigfoot looks at us as human beings. What does he see? They don't do this peripheral vision, so they don't have eyes on the side of their head like lizards or horses and things like that. A dragonfly, for example, their brain works at such a high rate, everything is almost in slow-mo. They see in slow-mo. Snakes would see you, reptilian things would possibly see you in heat. Snakes certainly see things in heat. Infrared. They use infrared to find the prey. What about insects? Well, they have, you've seen like the cone structure on the front of their eye. And it's all different facets, and it's like a honeycomb, millions of receptors of colour. They see enormously beautiful colours, and that's what you call a compound eye. So they don't see like that. Some human beings can only see in two colours, and that's mainly male. They have a colour blindness. We normally are trichromats. 3 colours: red, green and blue. Trichromats. What about Bigfoot? I asked Abaq, I said, what's your vision? How do you see? And he tells me they are tetrachromats, which means they see in 4 colours. So they see in red, green, blue, and the remaining colour is the ultraviolet spectrum. Now that's fascinating, really. It puts a whole different view on how they see the world. Another tetrachromats are birds. Some birds are tetrachromats. And it's this iridescence. They see iridescence. Now, to a bird looking at a leaf, it's a very different thing to us looking at a leaf. We'll see a beautiful green leaf, and it may be gorgeous shades of green, but they'll see green, pink and blue, and the edges may be pink and might have blue spots on it. We can't see that, and that's this ultraviolet spectrum. It's fantastic. So if we wanted to, like I say about people's vision, we want to see how someone's mood is when we're talking to them. You can kind of guess their mood by their smile, their demeanour, and their eyes. And more recently, we've been wearing face masks all the time, and we can only see the eyes. Indeed, I get numerous people saying, hi, And I'm like, who are you? And I'm going, hi. Thinking, who are you? I've never met you before. I don't know who you are. Because we all look different when we've got a face mask on. We can only see the eyes. And so we are relearning a skill that we do automatically. When you see the whole of the face, we do it without question. You see whether someone's smiling. So when they're talking to you, they've got smiley eyes, their mouth is smiling, or if they're talking and their eyes are really starey and they're looking very grim, you know they're probably in a bad mood. Or you can see sadness. You can see sadness. It's in their eyes. It's in their smile. It's in their demeanour, the way their face looks. Now we've only got the eyes. If we've been wearing face masks, we've only got the eyes. And I think that's how Bigfoot is looking at us. He sees so much more through our eyes, and we've relearned how we can assess someone's mood, demeanour by their eyes. They're masters at it. Bigfoot are masters at it. So that's why they probably don't like us to wear sunglasses, because they can't see our eyes. It's like we're hiding something. So I wear my sunglasses all the time when it's bright and sunny, but when I'm out on their territory and I'm going walking through their area or I'm going to visit them, take my sunglasses off. They need to see what my eyes are. So they can look at your eyes. What can they see? I can say the windows to your soul. That's what they say. Maybe there's some truth in that. They can read our demeanour. So when they look at our eyes, what do they see? I have hazel coloured eyes. They're sort of a mix between brown and green, light brown and green, referred to as hazel, I suppose. What colour do they see? So I asked Abaq. He tells me they see green. I got green eyes. So I moved on to brown eyes. If you see somebody who has brown eyes, what colour eyes do you see? And he tells me blue. So it's not really like the opposites on the colour spectrum, which is, I wondered if it was opposites, but it doesn't seem to be. So I said, what do you see if you see someone with blue eyes? What colour eyes do you see? Violet, a violet colour. What colour eyes do you see for someone who has green eyes? And this was funny. They see red. They see red. So what about someone who has grey eyes? What do they see for a grey-eyed person? And it's indigo. It's like a very, very dark blue. They see this sort of indigo colour. Now, what about amber? It's a very rare eye colour to have. And I asked Abaq, what colour do you see for amber eyes? And they see orange, like a burnt orange colour. Interesting. Now the one that I'm missing off, or I have missed off and I've left to last, is the one that I hope nobody really sees. Red eyes. What looks like red eyes to us? Now there are some birds, there's some animals that have red eyes. But if you were to be walking through the forest and you saw red eyes at night, well, you wouldn't see me for dust. It would be, I would be breaking the 4-minute mile. I would be. And that's a rarity. Red eyes. What do they see? Apparently, they see black. And I thought that was quite significant. So given that your eyes, your iris colour, it's the same pigmentation as skin, it's melanin that pigments it. I asked about our eyeballs, which are white in general, unless you're ill, and then they do have a different hue. And there's a few of you out there saying, well, mine are generally red. On a Sunday morning, they're generally red. I'm thinking, well, okay. They're generally white. So I asked Abaq, what colour do you see? Do you see them as white? And the answer was no, yellow. And I said, mustard yellow? No. Like a very bright yellow? No. It's a very pale daffodil type of yellow, between daffodil and primrose, but very pale. They see the whites of our eyes, the eyeball, is a pale yellow. So then start putting all of these colours onto that background. It's quite interesting, isn't it? It's an interesting colour scheme. So they see our eyes very differently. I suspect they see right through our eyes. They read our temperament, our intent, our emotion through our eyes. But to see, if you think of somebody who has beautiful green eyes, in their world they see them as red against this pale yellow. It would be very, very strange to us, wouldn't it? But very beautiful to them probably as well. So this is them seeing in this tetrachromat, there's 4 colours. And I asked, how else do you see? What else is different? If your vision is different, what else is different? How do you see our hair? Because we just see our colours looking like this. And if you might have a few white bits. Don't look. But they might see the variant of the colour. Do you? Do you not? And he said no. He said because they have tetrachromats, they are tetrachromats, they have 4 colours. Our hair is iridescent. And I thought that was absolutely fantastic. So regardless of the colour of hair, whether you're white, whether you've got black hair, whether you're grey hair, whether you're blonde, whether you're brown, whatever, red, whatever your hair is, doesn't really matter because it's all iridescent to them. They see different iridescences within it. So for the eyes, I then thought, we've got iridescent hair, we've got different colours to our eyes. Some people have spoken of the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever, glowing. Is it just because they're in the dark, their eyes glow? Is it just because of that? Or do our eyes actually emanate light? Do our eyes act like little mini torches, little glowworms? Do we glow? We have no idea. We don't think we do. We think we look pretty normal. But if you can see this extra colour scheme, do we glow? So I asked him, do our eyes glow? And the answer is yes. It's very faint, a very pale glow, reflective of the colour that they see. So if you have this violet eyes, you'll have a violet glow around you. I suppose it makes sense, but I'm beginning to think we're looking very, very strange to them. I really think we do. Iridescent hair, glowing eyes, just because of the different colour spectrum that they see. So what about aura? I know that they see our aura. I have asked that question, and you've seen that in a previous video I've done. So do they see us with this iridescent hair, glowing eyes, and now an aura? And the answer is yes. So they can tell a lot about us. If you've got 2 or 3 colours in your aura, just around your body, I'm not suggesting that it's bright, it's fairly faint, these auras, but they can detect a different colour and read about your mood, temperament from that. Might read illness, whatever they do. They can tell a lot about us before, just by looking at us, and we haven't spoken a word. They can see this coming towards them. So really, what Bigfoot sees at night time is these rainbow-coloured glow sticks wobbling around the forest. It's just too funny, it really is. But we are a massive blob of, well, if you're me, you're a massive blob of colour. That's what we are. They see us in all these varieties of colour, but obviously the colour means something to them, and the way they visualise us, the way they read us through colour. I found that absolutely fascinating, and I just wanted to share that with you. There is a part 2 to this, and it's on a slightly different thing, but there is a part 2 to this, so look out for that in the next few weeks. So I'd say thank you very much for watching, and if you would be kind enough to like, share and subscribe, I'd be very grateful. And I must thank everybody that has been subscribing recently. I'm Very, very grateful to you. Thank you for that. It gives me the momentum to continue. I love your comments. When you give me some fantastic ideas. It's great. You can email me if you want to. It's good to have that interaction, and your ideas are brilliant. They give us momentum. They give me things that I can ask about, different avenues to look at. So I love it. It's great fun. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, folks. And if you would be kind in word, thought and deed, then nothing can go wrong. Okay, thanks very much, folks. Bye.